Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the ForgeServ playthrough. Wanted to go ahead and get started today. We're going to run into some problems today with our mana generation that we set up not too long ago. Our dispensers are empty, which means our lava buckets aren't filling, which means we're out of lava. But as you can see, I prettied up the linings of the insides of these mana pools. I think that's a really nice touch, and I also put some slopes on the sides of the Alfheim portal. We'll hop through the Nether portal though. And as you can see, I've got a few Terrasteel. That's kind of a hint for what's going to go on today. But until then, let's hop over to the Nether and see if we can sort out what is going on with our lava production. So this will give you a good view of how our Nether is set up as well. We've got a few little tunnels here and there. And once I get to the end of this tunnel here and pop forward, we'll go ahead and take care of this ghast and see what we can figure out with the lava situation. Alright, so it looks like our lava was just out. I'm using an IC2 pump here. You can see it's a very compact setup, so I'm going to get rid of it, and we're going to pick it up and move it. So let me grab my Morpho tool to grab it. It's evidently was still stuck in Botania mode. I love this tool. Strongly suggested. It seems a little weird at first, but it's actually incredibly useful if you don't have the mod installed to get it. Alright, so here we are set up at our new place. A little more lava this time. Hopefully this will work out a little better for the IC2 pump. I'm not too familiar with the mechanics of it, actually. I just know kind of how pumps are supposed to work. So we'll toss down the Geothermal Generator, the pump, and get our conduit set back up again. I did bring a bucket for kick-starting the lava supply, which is pretty important, because if you don't, then this will have no power, and it does require power to run. We'll set it to extract from the pump, and we will set it to insert into the geothermal generator and into our ender tank, which is still set on its custom frequency that it was set to before. So let me just clean up my little mess of a netherrack bridge I made out into the middle of this lava lake. Kind of a bit of a pain in the butt to get all of this done, to be honest. I got attacked by blazes and ghasts pretty much the entire time, but that's okay. I have a few complaints about the glider as well in the Ender IO Darksteel armor. It has a terrible tendency of trying to like drop you down if it feels like you're too close to a block that you're gonna fall like hit into. That has landed me into lava more times than I can count, and so I by the end of this video I will no longer be using one of them. They I don't know, they're just kind of a nuisance. But let me come down here, fix the piece of glass the gas blew up, and put down the last 4 that I had not put down yet. I also forgot my chunk loader. I can't forget that. Gotta put that down. There. Alright, so let's head on back to the base. So today I'd like to go ahead and get some stuff started with some Manasteel armor. There we are. Now Manasteel is the Botania mana powered armor. It does not have to use mana in order to run, but that's how I'm going to be using it. I don't want to get rid of this Darksteel armor. It's actually well upgraded, so we're going to give it an armor stand, and we'll set it over here by the framing table from storage drawers. Once I figure out how inventories work, I forgot these things can hold stuff, so that's why I clipped here, is because I accidentally gave it a piece of steak. Let's get these enchanted. I made a request in the GitHub for Botania a little while ago, asking to see if we can get the enchantments to transfer when upgrading from Manasteel to Terrasteel armor, and they got it done. So I can enchant these now, and if I go on to Terrasteel armor later, which I will, then the enchantments transfer. I don't lose any of them. So might as well enchant now while I've got the time, the levels, and the interest. I didn't get too great of an enchantment on my boots, so let's try that again. I have been using books to try to dodge some pretty bad enchantments. Got me soulbound, though. Let's grab Feather Falling 4 for the boots, because Feather Falling 4 with V-tweaks negates all fall damage and puts that damage equivalent onto the damage of the boots. But since they're mana powered boots, if you watched my mana bar just then, you'll see that it dropped. Let's toss Soulbound onto the chest plate because it was the only piece of armor that didn't have it yet, just through random chance. And let's get started with the crafting of Terrasteel armor. So this will be a fun process. This process actually took me most of the day today, so there was a lot of clipping of footage, a lot of cutting, as if I don't, already do that tons anyways. I've, kind of gotten into that tendency, and I like it. I think it makes for a more interesting video. While they're shorter, you don't sit around watching, waiting for stuff to happen. It just is done. So let me find the recipe that I'm looking for here. I think it was let's see, what was it? Here we go. So we'll go ahead and get everything together for the Rune of Winter, and let's go. Get that cake, and toss it onto the runic altar, including the cake. There we are, and it is ready for liftoff. That gets us our Terrasteel boots. That's part 1 of 4. We got 3 more Terrasteel while I was gone working on some other stuff, helping my mother move the television into the living room, but it looks like I'm missing a few pieces for this one, so let me go grab some leaves. Just gonna grab them from a shrub out here. I don't like these shrubs anyways, so just to spite them. Go ahead and toss all the ingredients on the altar for this one. And shabow. Go ahead and get everything together for these as well. And there's our Terrasteel leggings. Now, I am going to take an interim here and grab the grab what I need in order to make Mending, because Mending is actually a really cool enchantment. Like, it's a vanilla one, but it's actually a lot better than I thought it was. I don't love it, but it's still better than nothing. And I like this diamond sickle, but there's no way to really automate repairing it unless I made Timeless Ivy from Botania, which is pretty difficult to get a hold of. So I'm just going to stick Mending on it. That way, if I ever get low on durability, it's already got Unbreaking on it. I'll go take it to some variety of mob farm I may eventually set up, douse myself in a ton of experience, and use it all to repair the tool. Now, you do have to be holding the tool, so I'm using my offhand to hold it, and it's still rendering as my Psy CAD for some reason, but that's just a bug with Psy, or even maybe vanilla Minecraft. Alright, so here we have one more rune going on its way. And we are just about ready for that new chest plate. I always forget to take the armor off before I open the crafting halo. There we go, chest plate complete. Let's go ahead and toss the Thorns 2 book I had laying around on it too, why not? And now for the last piece, let's get that last rune we need for the helmet. But while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and make a Sojourner Sash. It's one of those things that I've kind of been wanting to have anyways, and since I never did upgrade my Dark Steel armor for faster movement speeds, I felt that it was worth, taking the time to make a Sojourner Sash. It uses an insubstantial amount of mana, so we'll stick with the Sojourner Sash for now. There's the Globetrotter Sash, which is an upgrade from that, but no. We're going to go with the Terrasteel helmet as well, and now that we're done, you can see I look like a lizard. That's okay, I guess. I'm going to hop over and get myself set up with some Phantom ink. Phantom ink right there. And we're going to go ahead and hide this, because this isn't going to work for me. That way you can still see my head. So, that's it for the day. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.